guy. You guys ready for next comic?
Yeah!
All right, next up we have the very funny, the very talented, the very hilarious Gutin.
Give it up one more time for Natasha Brohanson, your host, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am your Uncle Russ, as she told you. And if I could milk you for some cheap applause here at the beginning of the set tonight, me and my beautiful Guinea Italian wife are 8.5 months pregnant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dear like a motherfucker. Don't say too close, miss. You will get pregnant. God bless you. Thank you. And stop clapping for that, society. This is terrible. This is terrible news for you. I'm having a baby. I'm a comedian and actor who works at a restaurant for 12 years. This is the second worst idea I have ever had, sir. Okay, I'm a comedian and actor who works at a restaurant. That is the first worst idea I've ever had. You want to guess which one still pays money? Spoiler alert, it is the restaurant. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay? And that's the thing, people, and I'm glad we can bring this in here, because you need to realize something. It's not fair to this kid. I am a comedian. I don't know if you realize this, but that makes me 2 steps above a mime. Thank you. It goes mime, magician, comedian. Current reality star, rodeo clown, former reality star, still making a living doing club appearances. Right? And I think I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, because you know who's making a living doing kids' birthday parties and circuses and shit? Mimes and magicians. Nobody's like, hey Russell, will you do that shtick about I have no money and the kid at my kid's birthday party? Nobody is doing that, okay? Kids want Dora fucking moon bounces. That's what they fucking want. The Mexicans that live behind me in my building, they got a fucking, so many kids, they got a different moon bounce every weekend. Not me. Not this guy. Thank you. And I want to apologize. Maybe there's a mime heckling me from the back. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see. Okay, but I am sorry, mime, okay, and magicians, because I need to apologize. You got to think about it. At least the magician shows up with magic and props and an assistant. They do fucking magic and shit. The mime takes the time to put on the gay makeups and the gay tights. Me, I'm a comedian. I just show up smelling like weed the whole time. My weed is banging. So I apologize. I believe it goes comedian, mime, magician. Thank you. And they told me that pot smokers generally have girls. And this is me on marijuana. Like, that I need it. Okay? And then I find out that we are having a boy. I find out that we're having a boy. Okay? And this is daunting, okay? Because if I was going to have a girl, I could wrap my fucking mind around that, right? Because if you're having a girl, like a pretty little girl, you were a baby once, I'm sure. And right, if you were going to have a little girl, like I could wrap my mind around that because I would just be their daddy, right? They'd be a little princess, I would spoil them. When they were a teenager, you know, my wife would do all the hard stuff. She'd be like, this is why your crotch is... You know, I wouldn't have to do that. It wouldn't be my problem, right? But I find out I'm going to have a boy. And men, you need to realize this. You find out you're going to have a boy, you realize that you got to be the man of the house. You got to set the example as a man. I just bought a new Transformers game for my PlayStation 3. This is not an example of a man. What kind of example of a man is this? The other day, my wife's like, hey, Russell, you going to build that crib this week? And I'm like, oh, I got really important shit going on this week, hon. All you hear in the background is like, suck it, Megatron. And I'm like, no, it's really important. This is like a prequel. It gives me more information for the movie, you know, that I'm spending money on the ticket on. He's like, what's the matter, Megatron? Don't like rockets? And I'm like, oh, great. Optimus is pulling out his fucking Def Jam set. You know, like, Megatron, your mother is so ugly. I wouldn't fuck her with Ironhide's exhaust pipe. Bumblebee pushing. Autobot snap. Optimus burn. Thanks, Optimus, doing your fucking Def Jam set, you motherfucker. White people be all like, thanks, Optimus. Thanks a lot. Okay? Thank you. Fucking Transformers. Right? And then people ask me, is your kid gonna have a bris? But my wife's Italian, right? So the kid's like the half Italian stallion, right? He's half Guinea, half Jew, right? I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we're going to do the snip and dip. But I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if all the males in the audience know this, but all of your cocks are Jewish. Jewish or not, all your cocks are Jewish. Because in America, all your cocks are circumcised. If you want to take a minute to reach down your pants or have your partner check, sir, you're all circumcised. Okay? And people said to me, they said, are you going to have a bris? And I was like, no. Have you ever been to a fucking bris? They are horrifying. These fucking Jews are sick. I'm telling you, sir, a bris is worse than any fucking torture porn scene you have ever seen in an Eli Roth movie, okay? I went to my fucking cousin's bris, right? It's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. There's this fucking 85-year-old shaky Rabbi Moynihan trying to maneuver his way around my cousin's little fucking penis, right? I don't know if he's going to go into a dementia spell. He keeps going, what time is it? Where's my grandson? I'm like, worry about this guy's grandson. And I'm horrified. And in all these events with the Jews, it doesn't matter if you're just born and they're slicing your penis, or it's 13 years later and you're reading out of the fucking Torah. There's always a little bit of fucking nosh, right? There's always a little bit of nosh. There's always a little something to eat. A little something to eat, right? So I go to this bris. It's horrifying. Shaky Moyle hand, cousin's penis, right? And do you know what these Jews have for us to eat? A fucking deli platter. That's right. FYI, Jews, here's the last thing Uncle Russ wants to see after your 85-year-old shaky Moynihan slices my cousin's penis. Rolled up kosher salami. And rolled up honey roasted turkey. I know they get it from a very nice deli. I know they get a very good deal. I know it's very delicious. It doesn't make it right. And then, do you know what these fucking Jews had the fucking nerve to call this shit? Cold cuts. Those snarky Jew bastards. They're snarky Jew jokes. Thank you. And listen, I know that I'm this way because I grew up outside of Philadelphia in South Jersey, so I'm a die-hard bleak green Philadelphia Eagles fan, okay? And I know everybody here is excited for football coming back. You guys excited for football? Thank you very much. It was all thanks to me. Thank you. I settled it. Thank you. I agreed to take less. That's why I'm here tonight with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bleed green Eagles fan, and I know that we got the dream team, but that's a little bit of a target on your back. I don't like that, okay? But I understand that a lot of people are still very upset at Michael Vick for what he did to them dogs, for the dog-a-hoss, okay? Now listen, I am a Jew. I am against any kind of a hoss. Just want to say that up front. Any kind of a hoss, okay? Now listen, I know that the people are so upset about Michael Vick, but you gotta think about it, everybody. Ben Roethlisberger is a human rapist, and Michael Vick never raped one of them dogs. Not one. And Ben Roethlisberger's raped 2 humans that we know of. That we know of, sir. Thank you very much. Okay? And people still get mad at me and my Philly crew at the bar whenever Michael Vick scores a fucking touchdown, right? They get really mad at us. Like, they get out of the PETA van, like, let's get him, right? You know, like I'm fucking mid-tase on Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. Like, right? Now, listen, do I incite some of this with my cheeky cheer, like, who let Mike Vick out? Who? I understand that, sir. I understand this causes some of the anger. Okay, but then they come up to me and they're like, hey, man, fuck you, dog killer. I'm like, whoa, bro, I never killed any dogs. And I'm totally anti-dog rape. I went over that earlier in the bit. Okay, I'm anti-dog on dog rape. I'm anti-man on dog rape. I'm anti-possum on cat rape. I'm sure that's happened in nature. I'm sure some possum has had its way with a cat against its will. And I want you to know, miss, I don't even like cats. Okay? I think all cats are snooty pricks. I think all cats walk around the room like they own the place with their fucking catitude problem. You know, walking around like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm a fucking man. You're a fucking cat. But then I'm deathly afraid of them, so if they come near me, I'm like, what? Right? Right? So I don't like their fucking catitude. I hate their fucking musical. Everybody knows it's got no linear narrative. It's just a collection of shit. Okay? And I'm fucking allergic to these cats. And I swear to God to you, there is a gang of wayward Mexican drifter cats that have taken over my parking garage at my apartment building. And I know that they're a Mexican gang because one of them was wearing a fucking Dodger cap the other day, smoking a fucking cigarette, and he's like, it'd be a shame if something were to happen to your car. 5 of them were around a barrel of fire doing 50s doo-wop the other day, okay? So I fucking hate cats, I hate their catitude, I hate their music, I'm fucking allergic to them, I hate their fucking wayward Mexican drifter cat gang. I still don't think that a cat should be raped by a possum. with you, it makes me nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your Uncle Russ. Thank you for having me at Deep Dish Saturdays with Dr. Bro Hanson. Give yourself a fucking big round of applause tonight. Thank you very much.
Well, ladies in here wear a pad of bras. Just be fucking honest.
Thank you, ladies.